Hi, my name's Reverend Jim King, interim pastor at the First Baptist Church in Laurelton. I welcome you to this video. It's a lovely summer day and I'm sitting out on the lawn of my house in Toms River, and I want to share with you two things. The first is a Bible text, John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not die, but have everlasting life. I really invite you to grasp that text, to embrace it, to internalize it. That text is so important, and so are lots of other important texts or passages in the Bible. You know, after having had a text, though, a Bible text, sometimes we need something else to get us through. We need what I call a survival kit. In addition to believing in Jesus and believing in John 3:16 and any number of other verses you might mention, I have a survival kit, and there are 9 items in my kit, and I want to share with them with you now today. God bless you. The first item in my kit is a toothpick, and the toothpick I think of in regard to pointing out the good things in people. So often we get so down and discouraged, and people are just like us, and we need to point out good things for people, and a toothpick reminds us about pointing out the good things in people. A second thing is a rubber band, and that reminds us to be flexible. In the book of Acts, the 2nd chapter, there's a very well-known Jewish leader, Gamaliel. Gamaliel is his name in the book of Acts, written by St. Luke. And there were some people who wanted to get rid of the disciples, so to speak. But Gamaliel got up and he said, let's be a little flexible. If they're not doing anything of any harm, then what are we all upset about? And if they are doing some harm, why, God will take care of them, so to speak. So Gamaliel was kind of a poster boy for being flexible. I really like that. And a Band-Aid. There's so many of us are hurting. We have hurt feelings, don't we? And a Band-Aid reminds me that it's a wonderful thing if we can have a Band-Aid for our hurts. And I know when David was being pursued by King Saul, King Saul had a son whose name was Jonathan, and Jonathan, they had a very wonderful relationship, and Jonathan came around and he kind of encouraged David, and he was a Band-Aid for David in that particular time and situation. And then there's a pen, and a pen I think of in my survival kit. I'm all for believing in, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, and all the other Bible verses, but a pen points out the good things about other people and about ourselves. Sometimes, again, we say, well, nothing good is happening to me. If you take out a pencil or a pen and a piece of paper and begin to write down the wonderful things in your life, there are some bad things, perhaps, or some things you don't think are good, but if you have a pen, if you write out all these things, you'll realize that there's a lot of nice things that are happening, and that pen in a survival kit will really help you. So a toothpick to point out good things about people, a rubber band to be flexible in life like Gamaliel, a Band-Aid, we need people to encourage us like Jonathan did with David, a pen to point out the many blessings that we have. Count your many blessings one by one, because the gospel tune. And then an eraser. Pick out an eraser in your survival kit, and that'll tell you some things that you need to erase from your life. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. Get them off your life, off your page, out of your life. We need an eraser to remind us that God takes away all our sins if we only but believe in him. And there are a couple other items in my survival kit. One is chewing gum, and that reminds me of the importance of sticking to something. Chewing gum. You remember how you used to put chewing gum on the bottom of the desk in school? Well, if we can stick to our convictions, stick to our beliefs, Apostle Paul was telling Timothy that Paul said, I have been able to finish the course, I've finished the race, I've kept the faith. Paul was a poster boy, so to speak, for chewing gum and for him being able to stick to his convictions. And then there are actually 2 others. One is a mint, and that's something sweet in life. And what a wonderful thing it is when we have something. Paul loved the Christians at the church at Philippi. He said, every time I think of you, I think how much I love you. They were like a sweet mint in his mouth, so to speak. And then the final thing in my survival kit is a tea bag. And a tea bag reminds me to wait upon the Lord, we shall renew our strength. So we need to be patient. Don't we need to wait upon the Lord even as we wait for the tea to be brewed? So in my survival kit are all these 9 things. Let's think of them again. A toothpick to point out the good in other people, a rubber band to be flexible, a Band-Aid we need to have love from others and to share it with people, a pen to write about all of our blessings, an eraser to get rid of the bad things in our life, chewing gum to stick to our beliefs, a mint which is sweet to our mouth, and when we think of the love that people have for us and we have for others, it's like a mint. And finally, a tea bag. Wait upon the Lord, for I shall renew my strength. God bless you. Thank you for thinking of all these different things in your survival kit. Certainly remember the text, for God so loved the world, but also some things that will help you to live a victorious life. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. Look forward to talking to you again. God bless you. Bye now.